Okay, are we in? Yes, we are definitely live. Good morning, beloveds. I went to the gym this morning, hence the bright white shoulders. The app said it was 77, but when we got in the car said it was 81. And I was like, and the rain was supposed to come back today, but I'm not sure it's going to, because when we left, there were absolutely no clouds at all. And when we came back, they're starting. So we'll see. And the app's only giving us a 30% chance of rain, as opposed to earlier in the week when it said 70% chance. I don't know. I could actually go watch the weather, and I may do that once we wrap this up. So let's do this. We got a really short one today, which is probably a good thing. Like literally it is not even one page, which is good. But let's do the housekeeping first. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. If you will email that, you will get one email a week unless something unusual happens, because we do live in hurricane country and it is hurricane season. So I hear we're already up to E. They were talking about Hurricane Eric, and I was like, I don't watch the news anymore though. So hurricane. So one email a week. That's what we're talking about. So with the one email a week, it tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information of the person that can help you get it. And it's a blind CC. Why that's important is it means nobody sees your email, which nobody gets your email, which means you won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. So it's safe. All right. That should be everything on the housekeeping except for the social media. And the social media is simply me reminding you we don't monetize the social media, which means we're not asking for money and we're not we're not giving them money. So what we need you to do is help us out by bumping us in the algorithm, by engaging with our pages. So like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. And I'm the running Rev Ryan on the platforms that I'm on. And then also engage with the individual posts, like, comment, share the posts. That bumps us in the algorithm. More people see our stuff. So we appreciate whatever you have the moment to do while you are watching these videos. So, all right, or listening to them. Okay, that should be everything. So let's talk about the book. I like to tell you my pet theory, where the essays come from. All but two of the essays came out of the at-home Science of Mind course. It was a 48-week course that you could send off from the back of the Science of Mind magazine. Really, honestly, I think what it is the at-home course came from people either reading the book or listening to a lecture and coming up to Ernest and going, so give me more information about this. So then he wrote it, then he would write an article, and then, so you could study Science of Mind at home, which they did bind that up into, I think it took 4 or 5 books. And if you go to the Science of Mind archives, if they don't have it available, I think they have an Amazon link. And the reason that's important is if you use the Science of Mind archives link to Amazon, then the Science of Mind archives gets some of the money for the book. That's important. It's a way to fundraise without them having to print the book. So please consider doing that. 48 weeks of Ernest Holmes. Who wouldn't want that? All right. So that's where the essays come from. And today we are going to do, let's see if I can do this. Disease is not first cause. Like I said, very short article. Very short. And I want to point out to you, and hopefully he does point out in this article, one of those light bulb moments for me was when I realized that disease is actually dis-ease. And I went, oh, okay. So disease is not first cause. The basis for correct spiritual treatment starts with the idea that being is already perfect. The idea of perfection is the spiritual power which heals. From the standpoint of pure spirit, An unknown or hidden false cause would be just as unreal as a known or revealed one. Therefore, we must know that disease is neither cause, medium, nor effect. From the standpoint of pure spirit, wrong action had no beginning. It has no duration, and it will have no climax. The treatment we give is an activity of the law enforcing this truth. Your use of the law being on a higher plane of consciousness than the state of thought which produced the discord must therefore erase it, and you must know that it will do so. This is what we like to call hardball metaphysics. You know that mind or spirit is pure, perfect, and complete, manifesting itself in physical form in and throughout all nature. The government of good is enforced through the law of a person's own destiny. Power exists, and the action of this power is upon your word, or your word acts upon the power. No one knows which. For all practical intents and purposes, the power acts upon your word. Okay. Very, very, very short article. And all he's really saying here is the first cause is God, is spirit. Disease is not a first cause. Okay. So therefore, you have the opportunity to know the truth, which is not the disease. Okay. Now that's a real short article, for a very big topic. And honestly, if you're going to talk about that kind of topic, the best book, and I'm sure Ernest has several, but the best book about them, because this is just simply saying, know the truth. Okay. The best book that I can recommend is, Amit, A-M-I-T, Goswami, Goswami, I believe, Goswami, the Quantum Doctor. So, Dr. Goswami is a nuclear physicist, and he is definitely in for combining, science and spirituality. I believe he was raised in the Hindu tradition, but I'm not going to swear to that. The Quantum Doctor is like the most amazing thing. And what was helpful for me in the Quantum Doctor is the 5 bodies. Okay. So he calls the material body, the gross body. I object to that because I grew up in the 80s and we have a different, definition for gross. So, yeah. But the material body is what he calls the gross body. And then you have, the mental body, the emotional body, the supramental body, and then the bliss body. Now, why that's important is because the bliss body is the spirit body. And what Ernest was saying in here about knowing the perfection, that's the bliss body. And so for true healing to happen, what you want to do is go back and get a look at the blueprints. Okay. It also gives you that idea of why things take time to happen in the body. It's because they've got 5 layers to go through. So what we do in science of mind, in our meditation work, in our treatment work, in our prayer work, is we go back to look at what he called the blueprints. We go back to look at God's perfect idea of us, and then bring that back into the material realm, which is why Jesse is frequently talking about Ernest's idea of the secret place of the Most High. Okay, the secret place of the Most High is the place where nothing has ever been wrong. Nothing can ever be wrong. That's where the whole, complete version of you exists. The material realm is messy. It just is. Because it is spirit in form, which spirit is constantly coming into form and going out of form, which is where, maybe the communication gets a little screwed up. We don't know. But so what Ernest is asking you to remember is the diseased condition is not the truth of you. It is not. So when you go into treatment, that is what you hold on to, which is why I liked Amit Goswami's idea of the bliss body. There is a perfect idea of my body. That's the idea that God holds. The idea that I am dealing with in the material realm isn't quite the same thing because it's constantly changing. And I have influence on it, which is not always a good thing, right? You know, and so I do. So when you go into your treatment work, what you are doing is you're going back to look at the blueprints. You are going back to see God's idea of you, and God's idea of you is perfect, whole, complete, happy, joyful, beautiful. All right. You go back and you look at that, and you bring that energy back into the material realm. And if you are treating for a client, that is what you do. You go back and you know the bliss body truth of them, not the appearance of the material realm body. All right. Disease is not first cause. That's what we're talking about today. So I do highly recommend The Quantum Doctor by Amit Goswami. It gave me an idea. And that's what my beef with Western tradition is. For true healing to be affected, you have to treat the body, the mind, and the soul. And the Quantum Doctor talks about that. He talks about the emotional body. He talks about the mental body. He talks about the supramental body. He talks about God's idea of us. And that's where I think the Eastern tradition is so helpful. Because a lot of our problems start here and then they manifest here. So, okay. Now I've talked myself into a circle, so that's it. I've got time. I'll grab my computer and I'll put a link to the book in the chat so that y'all can take a look for that. So hopefully by the time most of you see this, the link will already be there. But Amit Goswami, The Quantum Doctor. If you want to talk about, the bliss body, going back to the perfect, the reality, he does a good job of it. So I really enjoy it. Okay. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A we got this day. A do something to make yourself feel strong day. I went to the gym today. A eat something amazing day. A cuddle your fur babies day. A tell somebody you love them day. A go look for the bliss body day. A remember the secret place of the Most High day and where it is, most important. A look in the eyes of someone and see God looking back at you day. A take care of yourself day. A take a break day. A take a nap day. And not that I have time for that. A go to class day, because there is a class tonight. And this is the last day to join Reverend Dana's class. A good day, because apparently I'm out of adjectives. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. And that is the truth of your being. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Very important part of that statement. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. And we will tackle, how does God know what I'm doing? So, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.